Okay, so hello everybody, welcome back. Good evening. Um, we have already covered a lot of things on Bootstrap, right? Let me just check once if I'm live and my audio is visible, and then we will start with our session. Okay, perfect. So I think the audio is perfect, and I think you can see me as well clearly. So you guys must be knowing that I told you in my previous sessions that I'll be coming back at 4 p.m. with Bootstrap projects. So here I am, and we have already covered all the basic concepts, and not only basic, but most of the concepts on Bootstrap. And I think all of you who have seen my sessions on Bootstrap, where there was 6 sessions in total. There were 6 parts in which I have covered Bootstrap, and I hope that you have seen all the sessions and you got to know an understanding you must be having now that how does it work, right? And how quick and how easy it is to work with Bootstrap. So perfect. This is one of the session in which we are going to do the projects. So we are going to create a number of projects and we are going to see how Bootstrap actually, makes it easy for us to work with, creating web development or creating websites and all. Right. So here we are, guys. If you guys are new and you do not know about me, so let me just introduce myself. My name is Ritwik Raj and I'm a corporate trainer. I've also worked as a subject matter expert in most of the edtech companies. I have 3+ years of teaching experience and I have trained graduates and corporate employees in Edison and Capgemini. I've trained more than 30K students till now. It is increasing day by day. The subjects which I take is mostly into front-end development, back-end languages, databases, and interview preparation tips and tricks. I have already come up with tips and tricks videos. 2 videos I have already come up with interview preparation. Go ahead and check it out if you have not checked it out. You will get to know a lot of things in that particular session. You can use my code, which is RIT10, to get a free level sample test paper. Now, if you do not know about Relevel, then don't worry. Soon I'm going to tell you about that. But you can use my code RIT10 to get a sample paper so that you can understand or get a pattern of questions which will be asked in the real test. Okay, so let me introduce you to Relevel and then we will directly move into our projects. Fine. So what is Relevel basically? So it's a product of Unacademy which came into the market because of some valid reasons. So the reasons are basically many times candidate miss out on great opportunities, like a candidate who has done BSc or BCom, they want to jump into IT industry or they want to work for IT industry. They have the skills also, they have done multiple projects, but still their resumes are getting rejected because companies want people who are engineers or who have done BTech or BE. So this is one of the problem which is there in companies. And also one more problem is that even if you have done BTech or BE from any tier 3 college, they are not going to call you because you're from tier 3. They are giving priorities to tier 1 and tier 2 because they think that they are more deserving or they have the skills, but they don't know that tier 3 college students are not also less. So this is the reason why Relevel came into picture and it is working really well. It's been 3 to 4 months of Relevel and I think you can see the 100% result which is it is giving, right? So it is India's first starting platform by Unacademy which is helping job seekers find their dream jobs. You can get a job based on your skill and talent and no other questions will be asked, right? So what are the benefits of participating in the Relevel test? This test is of 1000 marks. You have to score above 700 to get eligible. Once you get eligible, we'll create a profile for you and we'll be sharing this particular profile with all our client companies where they have 1000+ job positions across business development, front-end development, back-end development, and you have a great chance to get interviewed and get hired there, right? Now, how do you register yourself in Rebel? So you can see that there is a link which is given in the description of this video. You can just click on that link. Once you go there, you have to just put down your mobile number and also the OTP. Once you do that, it will ask to select the test of your choice. So whatever skill you have, like if you are very good in front-end skills, then go ahead and select that. And once you do that, you will get in this particular area where you have to book a slot when you want to give the level test. So choose the free date whenever you're free and you are ready to give the test. Choose that day and give the test. Slots are limited, so I suggest you to book it fast. Now, once you do that, you have to fill in your details for the admit card. So full name, email ID, birth year, current state, and then gender. And then here you need to put the coupon code, which is RIT10. Do not forget to use that. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the sample paper. So once you put that, click on apply, click on create account, and your account will be created and you will get the sample paper. Okay, now once you get the sample paper, try to get an idea that how the 1,000 marks are segregated, what all different questions have been asked, what is the actual paper look like. Is it very easy or is it difficult? What is it, right? So try to figure it out, and that's when you will be able to understand how to register. So if you have not registered, go ahead and do it. If you have already registered, all the best for the exam. If you have already registered, have given the exam but did not score more than 700, don't worry, go ahead and apply it in the next month, because you can reattempt. And those who are planning to register for Relevel, they can upskill themselves by CodeBeyond channel. So in CodeBeyond channel, most of the educators are teaching different domain topics, so you can go ahead and check out that. That will really help you, and when you are upskilled enough, when you are ready for the exam, the Relevel test, then you can go ahead and register for it, right? You can also go ahead and join the Telegram channel, which is very important, because here you will get all the updates and notifications about the upcoming sessions of all the educators, with what topic they're coming up and at what time. And the link is also given in the description, so you can click and you can join. Please do subscribe the YouTube channel, which is CodeBeyond, because once you hit the notification bell, you will get an update in the YouTube app as well. And also do like and share, so that more and more number of people will get to know about it, right? Because this is a free content. We all are just providing you free content, so we want that this should be viral and people should be knowing about this, right? Okay, so coming into Bootstrap projects. Hi Shilash, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. Shilesh Roy. Hello bhaiya, आप JSR से हो? Yes, I'm from Jamshedpur, but not currently living in Jamshedpur. Okay, so Bootstrap projects. Now, if we talk about Bootstrap projects, right? We are not going to do a full-fledged project. We will do one or two full-fledged project. Maybe I'll just show you how one of the project looks like, but we will mostly care about how the project should look like, or how do we create any particular project. Okay, so let me just open this Visual Studio Code for you, and I hope you remember this particular folder. Let me just open it. So this was the file in which we have studied all of our concepts of Bootstrap, right? We have done a lot of things in this particular session, all the 6 parts. I think maybe this code is from the 3rd part or the 4th part, from where we have started learning about badges and all of the next things like progress bar. And we have also seen in the current sessions about forms. Like today at 10 a.m. we did one session on forms, and we also did some sessions on model, tooltip, popover, toast, scroll spy, off canvas, right? Now, before moving into the project part, I have to tell you some things. Now, remember that we are doing Bootstrap 5. We are not learning Bootstrap 3 or Bootstrap 4, okay? And when you talk about Bootstrap 3 or Bootstrap 4, there's some of the things were different. Like, let me just give you one example. So let's say that you have a button, you have a text here. Okay, this is the web page. This is just a normal web page. Let me just drag it here, something like this. This is just a web page. Okay, right? We have a text here. Let's say I'm just going to write here a heading. A heading was here. Okay, and what we want is we want one button to be kept here. So can we say that the button is on the right hand side, right? And obviously we need to do something to put it in the right hand side, correct? We need to do some coding to make sure that this button is coming on the right hand side. Because if we don't do any extra coding for that button to be right hand side, then this button will obviously come here, right? That's what will happen. Now, a very quick method of doing this is what we can do, float right, correct? When we do float right to this button, what will happen? This button will go directly onto the right hand side. This is what we actually do in Bootstrap 3 and Bootstrap 4. Okay. Now, one problem which you will face in Bootstrap 5, why we are going to face that problem? Make sure that you are using the Bootstrap 5 CDN links. If you are using the Bootstrap 5 CDN links, this particular example which I've shown you just now won't work. Any idea why it will not work? The main funda here is that we don't have anything called as left and right now in Bootstrap 5. Okay, we have start and end. Do you remember in Bootstrap 5, whenever I was explaining the 6 parts, the theory topics, the practical, every time I have used start and end. Nowhere I used left or right. We have used top and bottom. We have used MT. We have used MB. We have used top and bottom, but we have never used left and right. So this is one thing which can confuse you many a times if you have learned Bootstrap 3 earlier and now you're shifting to Bootstrap 5. This will be a problem for you, right? So what you have to do is you will just have to write float end. Once you write float end, this button is gonna appear there. Okay. Similarly, if you're writing float start, that's gonna give you the start button. That means on the left hand side. So it will start from here. So remember that left and right is basically start and end in Bootstrap 5. This problem will occur many a times. So I'm just giving you an update here. Okay. One more thing. Just one second, guys. I think something is disturbing me. I'll close that particular thing. One second. Cool. Fine. Now, the second thing which is there in Bootstrap 5 is the flex property. See, flex always was one of the topic of CSS which was really complex. Okay, to understand this, we need to do a lot of things: flex direction, flex wrapping. You want your particular things to be in rows or in columns, right? How you want to divide it, how many spaces do you want in all your elements? All those things are there in flex. This is there in Bootstrap 3 and Bootstrap 4, but we do not have the name it as flex. We can do that using float only. Okay, so we can use flex layouts. We can use those layouts using only float in Bootstrap 3 and Bootstrap 4. But in Bootstrap 5, we have come up with flex. This I have also told you when I was explaining you flex in my session number 5 of Bootstrap. Okay, I've explained you that. So this was also one of the changes which is done in Bootstrap 5. Not only that, but all these things are also very new in Bootstrap 5. Okay, now let's create one of the project, a simple one, and let's try to see how does it work. So I'm just going to open a folder. Let me just create one folder in my desktop. And so this is the folder which I have created. As you can see, it says live Bootstrap projects. Let me open another also. Okay, cool. Now, so we have 3 projects. 2 I'll show you right now here and here itself, but the rest of them you have to do it on your own. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to write here project 1. Okay, this is the folder which I've created inside live Bootstrap project, and inside this I'm just going to create one more file. So index.html, and I'm just going to write some codes here. So let's write some codes. Let's say that this is first Bootstrap project, right? And obviously we need to add the links. So what I'll do, we will take the CDN links of our Bootstrap 5 and we are just going to put it here. Okay, so you can see here that these are the links which we have kept here. Okay, so now let's try to create the app. Now the app is basically the cards which we see in our e-commerce website, right? The same cards we are going to create, but in a very slow and steady process, because we need to understand all the Bootstrap classes and everything very clearly, that what is basically happening in our program. Okay, so very slowly and steadily we will see what is happening in our program so that you can understand each and everything, right? So let's get started. Now understand, I'm creating 3 cards. Okay. All these 3 cards will be having one image, will be having a header, and will be having a footer. Okay. We have created one of the card when I was showing you how to create cards in Bootstrap 5. I've already shown you that, and I have taught you how you can actually create a card, but I did not show you how you can create second card beside that first card, right? And in many cases, even if you're creating an e-commerce application, even if you're creating a portfolio or any particular website, you have to have cards, because whenever you have options, you need to show those as cards. So first of all, we are creating a particular class here. I'm just going to name it as Navbar. Try to understand what all components I am adding here, because you must be knowing about all of these components. We have used it somewhere in our sessions. So till now, I think there's no problem, because these all things you have used in your 6 sessions of Bootstrap. The nav bar is basically providing a nav bar. There's a fixed top. That means this particular navigation bar will be fixed at the top. Even if you scroll, that is not going to scroll. That will be fixed at that place. Nav bar dark, that means black color. So this particular nav bar is in black color. BG primary, that means whatever the background color is, that is nothing but your blue color. Okay. So we will check out what it will do, but before that, let me just give something here. So I'm going to just give a class, and I'm going to write here going to give one margin left. Okay. Only this much. Let's try to see what happens. So let me just show you my browser. I think I have not opened the browser. So open it with live server and let's check out what is happening. So you can see here, we are getting a BG primary navigation bar, which is providing me a product list, which is an anchor tag. That means it is a link. It is not having any particular link to it, but yeah, it is clickable. So right now it is not doing anything. And navbar dark, that means if I don't give BG primary, that thing will be black in color. Right now I've given the color BG primary, so it's basically blue in color. This is what I've created till now. I hope there's no confusion in this, because this you must be knowing. You have done it a lot of times. I hope you do not have any problem in this. Now what I'm going to do, after this nav, we are going to create containers. We are going to create our cards. So let's create our first card. I'm going to just type here container. You know, whenever we create any card, we always have this different containers, because inside one container you have another container, and then inside that we have another container. So I'm just going to create a row here. Today at 10 a.m. itself, I chose one example of row and column, and I showed you what is row and column. That's what I'm doing here. I'm creating a particular row here. So one row, horizontal row, because I know that I need to create grid system here, because I have 3 cards which I want to create. So what I'm going to do here is one particular horizontal row in which I'm going to create 3 columns, 1, 2, and 3. So it'll create a grid system for us, right? Now this row is created. So what I have to do, I have to create the column. So what I'm going to do here is just going to create a class, just going to say column 4. If you do not know what is call dash 4, go ahead and watch my first session on Bootstrap. You'll be able to understand what is this. So this is one of the column which I've created. Now inside that I have to create my first card details. So I'm going to create that. You must be knowing what does this card do, because I've already explained you about this. What does this card do? This will make a structure where we will have our header, footer, and content. First of all, I'm going to put up one image inside this. So let's say my image name is 1.jpg. I have not added the image in my folder. I'm going to soon add it, and I'm going to put up a class. So img. This again is the same thing. This class I have used when I have explained you the card topic, and that's what I'm using here, image card top. That means the image will be at the top, the card top. And image fluid. That means it will take uh, the whole width of the card, right? So that's what. Hi Devang, question mark. If you have any question, please do let me know if you have any doubts. If you guys are new here and you do not know what I'm talking about, the 6 sessions, go ahead and check out the front-end playlist in CodeBeyond channel. You can see that I have done Bootstrap 6 parts of theory sessions of explaining all the components and classes. So please check it out and then come back to this project part, because you will not understand anything if you have not seen those sessions, or you have not covered up those. You will not understand any particular classes here. So please go ahead and watch that as well. Here I'm giving a card body. I want it in the center, so I'm just giving here text center. Inside this, we are going to just put up. No problem, Devang. That's fine. H5. So here class. I'm just going to put up here card title. I hope everything is getting revised. You must be remembering whenever I used card, I was using all of these things. If you do not remember, soon I'm just going to open my folder and I will show you that. But I clearly remember I have explained you all these things: card body, card title, card header, card footer, all these things. So card title, I'm just going to write here, let's say scene 1, because my image is something like that. That's why I'm choosing that. And I'm also going to put up one more thing. So what we can do, scene 1, right? Let's say I'm just going to put up here price. Okay, so H5 will be the content span, so that is the price. And now after that, this div is over, the body thing is over, and now we are just going to create one footer for us. So class card footer. Header, there is no header actually. I have replaced my header with an image, so you can see directly the image is there. So there's no header, but if you want to add, you can directly add it. There's no problem in that. So add to cart. Let me just make it capital. Yeah. So I think this is done, and this is getting closed here. Yeah. So you can see here, this is one of the column. This is one of the column. Similarly, I can create another columns, but right now let's check out once how does it appear. I'm going to save this. I'm going to go to my browser once, going to close this, and you can see here what's happening, right? So you are getting this $20, which is the price. You are getting the add to cart, but we don't know why is it not showing me the upper part, right? So it's not showing me the upper part. See, the problem here is if you go to inspect, if you go to body, if you go to nav, not nav, this div, you can see this div, right? This div is the container, but we have not mentioned that this container should be after the navigation bar. What is it thinking? That this container is taking from the upper value, from the browser's upper value, and is taking that. So what we need to mention here is what we can do. We can do two things. I'll read the comments, just wait for some time. I'm just going to complete this and then I'm going to read it. Let's come back to the code. So what we can do here to actually make my card down, right? One thing what you can do is you can use Bootstrap. And do you remember in the container, whenever we write here margin top 3, right? So we can do that. Let's see what happens when I do that. I'm doing empty3. Let's check out. So let me just minimize this and let's go back. Let's try to save this. So you can see what is happening. It did give me some space, and we can see scene $1.20 add to cart, but it's again hiding something in my navigation bar. Behind the navigation bar, there is something which is hiding. So what again I can do? what we can do is I'll remove this particular part from here and we will add a particular CSS to it. Now, why do we need a CSS to add? We are already using Bootstrap. Then why is it required to add a Bootstrap, to add a CSS? Why? Because sometimes embedding CSS will help you in writing less numbers of code also. Look here what I'm doing. So I'm just going to add a style here. And to this, to the whole body, I'm just going to write here padding top. Okay, just going to give here 80 pixel. Let's have a look what is going to happen. So if I save this, let me just go back here. You can see. So without, you need to see in Bootstrap, you need to think, okay, padding top, so PT, and then you have to give 80 pixel. You can't give 80 pixel in Bootstrap. You have to have a value. If you do not know what I'm talking about, go to getbootstrap.com. You will get everything there. Go to docs. Here what you can do, you can write spacing. Okay, when you write spacing, you can see spacing. You can see margin and padding here. You can find here M is for margin, P is for padding, T is for top, B, S, E, X, Y. Can you see there is no L and R? That's the same thing I told you. There's S and E. That's a start and end. So if you write L and R, it's not gonna work. You'll be very confused. See, normally we will think top, bottom, so left and right will be there, but it will not work. So it works as start and end. So that is why from the starting of the Bootstrap session, I've been telling you that please go ahead and check out getbootstrap.com. What all content you will get here, you will never get in any tutorial. Okay, here everything is given very, very particularly. So you can see here, one doesn't mean 1 pixel. One means the spacer which is given in jQuery, I mean inside the JS program, it is multiplied with .25. If you give 2, it's the 1/4 of it, right? So when you write 0, that's 0, and we write 2, it's actually half of that. Okay, so this is the way how you have to learn what is the meaning of 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and 5. Okay, there are examples also given. You can try to copy this example and try to put it in your Visual Studio Code. Try to see how it runs. What is the different values? If you give different values, what happens? Try to use those, and then only you'll be able to understand what is happening. Again, if you do not know this very clearly, if you're taking time to understand this spacing of Bootstrap, at that time what you can do this. This is very easily understood, right? Padding top 80 pixel. I want 80 pixel of padding from the top. Easy, I've given that, right? And that's why you can see here this result. Okay, now the image is not coming, so let's try to do that because we do need images. So what we can do is I'll open my folder and I'll just add images to my project. Where is the folder? Okay, cool. So I guess now you can see the image. Let me first show you where I've kept the images. So you can see here in the project 1 folder, I've kept all the 4 images. All are scenic views, nothing else, city views and all. And you can see here, the same image is coming up here. So this was very easy, right? This we have already done in my card topic, right? But now what you have to do, I have to bring out 2 more cards here, right? So how we can do that? Let's check it out. So, okay, first let me read the comment. Hi Manoj Bhaiya, in which company do you work? Manoj, I'm not working in a company. It's like freelancing. So I'm a developer who is doing freelancing. So I just do freelance work here and there. If I get any development work, I do that. Otherwise, I'm a full-time trainer. That's it. Right? Bro, where you gone? I'm waiting for lectures. Don't leave us in middle. Lucifer, sorry for that. Literally sorry for that. But I was very, very busy in December. So that's why December I did not take any sessions. But I'm back. I'm back with a banger because I'm coming up with Java session from Monday. So I don't know even if you know about it, Lucifer, but yeah, I'm coming up with Java sessions. Trailer will be launched tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and also the schedule you will get to know very soon. And I'll be very strict about it because Java is such a language which literally, everybody gets afraid of because it is very much lengthy and very messy. Python and all is very easy, right? But many people do like Java, so that's what I'm coming up with. And yeah, so that is the plan. Here I'm just covering Bootstrap, just in the verge of finishing it. And tomorrow I'll be taking jQuery or Tailwind CSS. Let's see which one I'll take. And yeah, that will be finishing of front-end programming, front-end playlist. React.js, my fellow mate is taking, the other educator is taking in CodeBeyond channel. If you have not checked it out, go ahead and check it out. It's going really well. Meanwhile, if you want to learn React.js, go ahead and learn from there, from him. But if you want to wait for my sessions, then just wait. After Java, React.js will be coming up. Okay. So yeah, that is the plan, Lucifer. I hope you got to understand. Java going to start from beginning? Yes, from the scratch, like from the basic. So, but till advanced, like collection framework and comparator, comparable interface, lambda expression, all those things will be covered till there. Don't worry, schedule will be there soon. Schedule will be coming up in community post. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this and we are going to put it up similarly. So let's enter again. Card, product card. I'm just going to change. 1 second. Oh God. Going to change these numbers. Also going to change these numbers. And let's change the dollars. Okay. So now if I save this, what happens? Fine. This is one way how you can do it, right? And I hope you got this idea. This was an assignment given to you sometime before, like I think in my Bootstrap part 4 session, I gave you this assignment to do. I don't know how many of you did it, but this is how it should be done. Okay. So I hope you got an idea how this will work, and please do let me know if you have any doubts. You can see the code. The code is already there. So if you have any doubts, please do let me know. Otherwise, we'll move to our next project and we'll see how to work with that. Okay. Okay. So before going to the project 2, as I can see, a lot of people are here. So I'm just going to announce something. So basically, I have planned one more thing to come up with, which will be every weekend. Okay. Now, I don't know if it will work or not, if you guys will be very much keen to have a look on those kind of videos, but I just thought that I should give you some different kind of video. So I'm coming up with some kind of videos like top 5 programming languages or in 2022, or something like how to crack interviews in 2022, what will be the changes in 2022, right? What are languages will be more in demand in 2022, right? It'll be just 15 minutes or 30 minutes session, where I'll just talk about those languages or those domains, like what will be the highest paying jobs in 2022. So these kind of sessions will be coming up with only on Saturday and Sundays, not on weekdays. Only on Saturday and Sundays, and only for 15 minutes or 30 minutes, not long, because these are just for not wasting time. These are just for you guys to understand that what is happening in 2022. Okay, just for that sake, so that you'll be updated about it, and you can prepare your whole year thinking about that, right? So suppose if IoT is in demand, right? So you should also jump to IoT, right? If suppose React.js was there and everybody is learning React.js now, right? So same thing, same plan. It's just that this is the January month, and everybody is having their own resolution. So giving this particular sessions will actually work because you can plan your whole career ahead, right? So that is my plan. let's see how does it work. I have no idea, but I'm just coming up with that. So tomorrow 12 p.m. I'm coming up with one of the video, how to crack a technical interview in 2022. uh, let's see what all pointers I will write there, and it will not be a long session, just 15 minutes or 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just to tell you what changes will come in 2022 and how you have to overcome it. That's it. Okay, so let's see how many of you will attend that, and I hope it will go really well. Okay, so I'm going to create one more folder here of project 2, and this project is really nice. Why? Because I'm not using CSS here, I'm using SCSS, and I don't know how many of you have seen my SCSS sessions like CSS preprocessors, but here I'm going to use that. So let's see if you guys remember how to use uh, SCSS preprocessors. This is the index.html. I'm just going to copy the same thing. Not going to again do all that bunch of coding. Just going to remove this. We do not need it, but we need something. If we are adding SCSS, we need something, and you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that is what we have done. So now we have SCSS here. So what I'm going to do is style.scss. Soon it's gonna take that logo, and here we are, style.css. Now, first of all, let me just show you how does it look like. What is this particular project and how does it look like? Because if I directly start writing the code, you will not understand anything. So let me just open it with live server. Let me just show you how does it look like once. So I don't know if you can see this. This was, I'll keep it here. I'll keep this open. Not open, I'll close it right now. I hope there's no confusion in this one, so I'll just close it. And this is the next one. So you can see here, very easy, yet very difficult. So I'll just show you why is it difficult. But you can see here, this is just Netflix subscription plan. Just randomly, I've just put some here and these icons here. You must be knowing how these icons came in. Font awesome, right? So this is one of those projects where I'm using everything, literally everything. Font awesome, SCSS, everything is there. So let's see how does the code work here. Now, first of all, what I'm going to do, if I'm using font awesome icons, so don't you think I have to use the CDN link of font awesome? So first of all, let's try to do that, and then we will come up with the next part of codes. So this is my link for font awesome icons. If somebody is there who do not know what is font awesome icon, don't worry, you must have not seen my sessions of CSS, but these are one of the icons which are external. So some of the developers have provided these icons where we can just use this link and we can use different kind of icons in our web page. So it really makes our web page beautiful and works very easily. So that's what we have done here. Now, one thing to notice here, that if I'm using SCSS, if I'm writing any particular command here, let's say that in the body, yes, fast check, that's what we are using. Before writing the actual code, I should show you one of the concept. I don't know if you guys have seen my CSS preprocessor sessions or not. So just going to teach you one of the concept. I'm just using here H1. Welcome to CodeBeyond. Not using Bootstrap, just a normal HTML code. Here, let's say in H1, I'm just going to give here the color red, right? If I save this and if I open it to my browser, you can observe here, nothing is red, right? Because it's SCSS, it's not CSS, obviously. But now, if I click on this watch SAS, right? If you can see down below, there's a very small live compilation. You can say a button or you can say a display. So if I just click on this, you'll be able to see that two more codes have been two more files have been designed here, which is style.css and style.css.map. So basically in style.css, we have all the codes right now. It'll automatically come. We don't have to care about that. So that's all about SCSS. How did this watch CSS came here? We actually downloaded it with the extensions. In the extension, you have to just write live sass, and the first one, which will be of Ritwik Day, you can download it and you can enable it. Once you do that, your all sass SCSS codes will also run. Now again, if I save this, it won't make the changes in my code. It won't make my h1 red. Why? Because I have not added the link. So what I have to do is, we have to go back here, we have to write here link, and we have to just write here style.css, not SCSS, because browsers can only understand CSS file. So we need to write here CSS file. And if now we save this, you can see here that it is becoming red, right? So this is how my particular code is running, and I hope you got it. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start writing my code for my application, which was Netflix subscriptions, whatever. So let's try to do that. Okay, here it's a little bit complex. Try to understand what I'm writing. I don't know if you guys will be able to catch it up, because I've never used this kind of things in my 6 sessions of Bootstrap. So let's try to check. Okay, container, one second, spelling is wrong. Container py3. If you can tell me what is py3, please put it down in the chat. I have never taught you py3, but in this session itself, like in this one session, just 15 minutes back, I think I showed you what is py3. So if you guys are very smart, please do let me know what is py3. You can go back to this this particular session 15 minutes back or 20 minutes back, and you can see where I have shown you py3. Just check it out. Meanwhile, I'll just write the code. If anybody, no, Saurav, it's not Python 3. It's not Python 3. Well, how come Python 3? Come on, we are writing Bootstrap and that's a command. So the meaning of py3 is something else. Check it out. MT3, margin top 3. So what will be py3? Py resembles a table. No, guys, go check. Go behind of in this video itself. Go behind, like 20 minutes behind, when I opened getbootstrap.com. I have given the hint itself. See, when I opened getbootstrap.com, what was spacing and what was the values given there. Check it out and then tell me what is the meaning of py. Again, we are writing pb3. That's fine if you have Googled, but again, see, getbootstrap.com, you will get everything in place. Maybe Google will give you answers from some other websites and you will get confused. It can happen. It happens to me. But yeah. Again, I need the meaning of py3. It's not only grid system. Tell me the meaning of it. Tell me the meaning of pb3. Tell me the meaning of pblg5. These all are simple commands which we use in Bootstrap. If you do not know that, then nobody can help you. Let me just show you if you have not seen it yet. So in spacing, you can see here P means padding. Y, if you can see, is for classes that set both top and bottom. So do you remember I told you about one of the cases in CSS when we write border and then we give two values, 50 pixel, 20 pixel. 50 pixel is only for top and bottom, and 20 pixel is for left and right. The same thing is here, which is X and Y. So X works only for left and right for both of them, and Y works for top and bottom. That is what is the meaning of Y here. So py3 means we have to do the padding to the top and bottom. Number is 3. That means by default which will be having a spacer. So spacer uh, is a value which is written inside the CDN link of Bootstrap. So it is having one of the exact value which space it will give. Okay, a minimal space it will give. That's what is py. Pb, b is bottom. If you can see, b is bottom. So padding bottom. LG means large. So for the larger screen, that much space. If you write SM for smaller screens, that much space. So it is like that. That is how it works. So this is very important, guys. If you do not work with these kind of stuffs, it'll be really hard for you to understand Bootstrap. Okay. Fine. So this is my Netflix subscription plan, which is the heading which I've written. Now let's create a particular class here and let's just name it as table column 3. Now you must be remembering what is this table column 3, because I have taken the topic of table. I have showed you how to create tables. Table column 3 perfectly means that you have 3 column, right? And we are creating one table. So this is the first div. This is the first div. Again, understand, here we are not using the actual table where we will write the basic plan and the subscription plan. Not that table. This is just the heading table, the heading where we will write the basic, standard and premium. That one. That is that. So here what we'll write, class sticky top. I hope you know what is this. Fixed top is one thing and sticky top is one thing. I'll not tell you the difference because in Flex, again, I'm giving you some hints. So please take it very seriously. When I taught you CSS, Flexbox, I taught you 2 things. Fixed, not only CSS, Flexbox, but also in positioning. So when you use positioning, we have relative, absolute, fixed, sticky. If you remember. So go ahead and try it out. Think what is this sticky? What is the difference between sticky and fixed? Okay. This is really very easy. If you do not get it, I'll tell you the answer right in this session itself. Okay. These questions will be asked in your interview. No matter what, these are the questions which will be asked. What is the difference between fixed and sticky? This is one of the very favorite question of all the UI interviewers. So make sure that you know the difference. And I hope other things which I'm writing here is making sense to you, because I have taken all of these. I have explained you all of these in my earlier sessions. Okay, so what all things have we written here? Let's check it out once. So we have a sticky top. Again, if you do not know the answer of that, so let me just tell you. Fixed top means it will be fixed. Even if you scroll down, it will be fixed at that position itself. It's not gonna move. So let's say let's say you have a particular bar, right? And when you're scrolling, the bar will be placed at that position itself. It's not gonna move. Not even when you're scrolling, it's not gonna move. That is what is fixed. Sticky means when you are scrolling, so when you're scrolling, that bar will move and then it will stick to the top. So it will get stick to the top. Okay. So it will move for just 1 or 2 seconds and it will then get sticked at the top. That is what is sticky. Fixed property, if assigned, and also if we reach bottom, we can access it. Whereas sticky will be in the same place and not changeable. Yeah, you can say that, but again, try to be very specific about the definitions, because see, the thing which you have written, right? It's correct, but the interviewers can again ask questions based on this. So be very clear about what you are saying. Again, if you are reading it from Google, don't do that, because in Google it's all about your bookish language, right? Which we say. So don't do that. Once you practice fixed and sticky on your own, you have seen the difference on your own, you can already define it in your mind with your own Hindi or English language. So try to do that. That will really work. Do not try to do the bookish language. Okay. Just giving you an idea. I'm not saying that you have used a bookish language, just giving you a hint or a tip or a trick. Okay, so this is what is the div class which I've written. Now I have to add the elements inside it. So I'm going to just create the containers div class. Now again, say again a new thing came in, which is H3. So I've never used H3 again as a class. Again, understand it's a class. It's not a heading. It's a class. So please let me know what is H3 in your sense. M0 and PX3 you must be knowing till now. I don't think there is any doubts for this. So H3 is basically when you do not want to use the tag itself, right? If you do not want to use the H3 or H4 tag, we put it inside the class. It works the same way. So what is happening basically here is plans is inside the div container, but this plans will have a size of H3. Okay, so it will have the size of H3. Here, if I write H4, then this basic will have the size of H4. That is the only difference. Okay, that is the only difference which is happening here. And I'm going to also write here text center so that it comes in center. So H3, H4, whatever you want to write, it only is there for the size. So that directly that size will be applicable there. I'm just going to change it to standard and premium. If you are not sure what I'm doing, let me just show you what is happening. So I'm going to go to my browser. Here you can see I'm just creating this part. Okay, I've already created this one with the H1, remember, and now I'm just creating this part. If you have not seen the code, you can just now verify H1, and now there's a div in which we have these all four things. First one is H3 and the other three are H4. That's what I'm doing here. H3, other 4 are H4. So let's try to do this. This was my page. Let's save here. So you can see I directly got that. Right? But here you can see this basic, standard and premium is on the right hand side. And also there's no scrolling bar which you can see. But here I am getting such kind of things. So let's try to see how to do that. Also, we have to create this particular table. This is not a table. This is a div container which we have created, which is placed in the center of the page. So this is not a table. You can create headings. You can create headings in the same way inside the table. I mean to say that you can create these headers inside the table itself, but I have not done that. You can do it. That will also work. What I have done, I have just created a div here. Okay. And below to that, I'll create the table. Any way it will work. Okay, now let's complete the code for my table now. So this was my the upper part. Now see, I want to stick this div element with the table which I'll create now, right? So don't you think I should have I should write that table or create that table right here? Because this is the div which is getting closed, and you can see this div is telling me that's a table, right? So inside this table, in the first thing what I've done, I've created this, and the second part what I want to do, I want to create the table. So now I'm going to create the table. So let's see how does it work. So I'm going to just write here div class, going to make it a responsive table. Also I'll make it sticky. Okay, so this one is done, and here I'm going to create a table in the class. I'm just going to write a table bordered. If you do not know what is table bordered, basically it will provide the border to your table, not outside border, the inner border. Okay, only the inner borders. I'll show you. And here I'll just write table striped. There's one thing missing here, but I'll do that later on just to show you how does it work. Right now I'm not doing that. So this is my table. Now I have to create our body. So in the body, we will be doing the class. All the text should be in the center and it should be aligned middle, right? And now we can start writing our content. So inside this content, we have a lot of things. We have, first of all, the table head, text start, 3-3. That's a padding, scope, row. And here we are just going to write phone. This was the table heading on the left hand side, if you notice. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the TD. So in this TD span class, here I'm going to give the font or some icons. So I'm going to give fast, fa, check, text success. Okay, this is what is the first thing which I've given. Again, I can copy this because I want it to be repeated. So 1 second. I think I've not copied it. Okay, so all 3 ticks, remember, basic, standard, premium. In all of them I have 1 tick, because all basic, standard and premium will work in phone, right? So that's what I've given here. Now I'll close the, I don't think I have started my tr. The row is itself not created. Inside tr, your th, td, everything will come, and now I have to close it. Fine. So all my tr, td, everything is done. Now this t body, I'll not create that. First, let's check what is happening in my browser. So if I go back, let's check out. I've not saved the file. You can see here. Now we have phone. We have all the 3 ticks. Again, nothing is aligned. Don't worry. We'll do it using SCSS. That's why we are just keeping it right away like that. Okay. So let's do 4 more for tablet, for TV, and for laptop, I believe. Let's try to do that first, and then we'll write the SCSS program for it. So we're going to do the same thing, nothing much. Just try to put up here the same code, same code, same code. Just aligning it, nothing else. Okay, cool. So everything is done. Now just need to change all of these values. So here, instead of phone, we will write tablet. Second one, we are just going to write computer. And the last one, we are just going to write TV. Again, some of the things should be danger, because we need to create a wrong sign as well. So what we are going to do here is, we are just going to change this to danger. Not capital. And the same thing, we are going to take it and we are going to put it in both of these and both of these. Done. So let's check out now. I think our HTML is done. Let's try to see. So you can see here. Okay, I think I did some mistake. Oh, I only changed the color. I need to change the name also. 1 second. It should be a cross sign. So this is not check. It's basically a ban. One thing more, guys, if you want to do such kind of thing, you can do Alt and you can change it, just like I am doing. We need to just remove this part and we have to write ban here. Okay, let's save it and let's try to see now So now you can see that you are getting the band sign. You can use cross also, but that's fine. That is close. Fine. So this is all done. I think our HTML is done. Now let's try to write a code for SCSS, and let's try to properly align it. Right now you can see everything is not aligned properly. Why is it red in color? Anything else? Borders are there. Yeah, these black borders are not there. You can see these black borders are not visible in this one, in mine one. So what you have to do, we have to add the borders here. So in that case, you have to just add one code here, which is table bordered. Here we need to just add border dark so that all the borders will become in dark color. Let me just show you. You can see here, I have not saved the file. You can see all the borders are now black in color. Okay. What else? I think this Netflix subscription plan, something is, I don't know if I have given any color there. Let's try to check out. I'm not given any color here. Let's try to go to SCSS and let's try to code this part now. Okay. So now in style.scss, we are going to code a very small code, but try to see what all things we're writing here, because most of this SCSS code is based on nesting and all those topics. I don't know if you remember those all: conditional statements, looping, nesting, all those things, right? So if you are watching this particular session and if you're seeing the code which I am writing and you're not understanding, first of all, please go ahead and do see the CSS pre-processing session, then come back, because there I have explained the concept of SCSS, and it will be really easy for you to understand that then. So table column 3. Okay. Here inside this, I'm using again nesting. So nesting, what does it say? That you can write another selector also inside it. So I can write something like this. I am giving it to the first child, div ka first child, to the t body, to the th, and t head th. To all of these, I think spelling is not wrong. To all of these, I want to add a width of 40%. And also I want to give a minimum width of 200 pixel. Okay. Understand what I'm doing. I hope you guys know what is this. Okay. You can see here, it also gives me an idea that table column 3, inside that, whatever first child is there of the div and the t body th and the t head th, to all of these you should apply width 40%, minimum width 200 pixel. If you do not know about this sign, then please go ahead and see my CSS topics. You will be able to find that there. You can see here table column 3 is here, and then inside that we have this, what is that, table sticky header. You can see here, right? And inside that we have here t head and th, which we are writing t body, and then t head I have not written. Let's try t body only. T head is not there. Okay, let's try to see what is happening. So if I go back, not save the file, so let's just save it now, and you can see everything is now shifted to the this side. Okay, so what are the things? Yeah, I was not getting the icons. Okay, so this is what I have done. We have given the minimum width of 200 pixel and we have given width 40%, and that is what it is doing. That is what is the changes which have been made. Now what we are going to do is we are going to just move our code a little bit more. So I'm just going to copy this and again paste it. Now this time table is sticky header div, this time not to the first child, T body TD. So I don't want it to in the first child, but in the T body. So I just need to give here 20% and here 100 pixel. If you're not understanding any of these things, you need to go ahead and check out CSS, and that's where you will understand what is happening here. So I'm just going to minimize this, going back, not save the file. So I'm just going to save it, have a look what are the changes. Okay, so just to the T body, I have added some more 20% of width. So it got shifted, and now it's properly visible. Okay, now let's come back to the code again, and let's try to add one more part of this. Now table is sticky. Table, and we are going to give it to table sticky header. I hope the spelling is correct, but I have not written the dot. Okay, so in this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a width, but I'm going to use a calci method. So this is basically used to calculate the width value. So I'm just writing here 100% minus 1 pixel. So it will calculate that, and that value will be put up there. Also, I'll be writing here a margin auto. Okay, cool. So let's try to save this and let's check out what is happening in my browser. So first of all, you can see table sticky table. That means table sticky is this part, right? And then table in that means this one. And in that, what is happening? We are doing 100% minus 1 pixel and margin auto. So let's try to save this and let's check out what's happening. So you can see that this is what is alignment. Now this is what is aligned properly. Hi Ayan, while I gave some interview, they asked for project in React. I know some basic project. Can you tell me which type of project should I do? I think the educator, I think Soham is actually taking React.js, and I believe he will be talking about the project as well. I suggest you, Ayan, that you go ahead and check out React.js sessions of Soham and do ask the same question there, because he will be a great person to tell you, and also he's coming up with projects. So I believe that he can give you an idea, and also the project as well, what all projects should be there in the portfolio. In my sense, I think there are some of the most common React.js projects which are available, right? Like we have the e-commerce projects like websites, or we have the portfolio projects, we have the cloning of any particular website like Amazon or Netflix or Paytm or such kind of web pages. So these are the three most common ones, but again, these are the three most common ones. So everybody is doing that, and you should be a little bit unique. So it will be really good if you can check out there, because Som will be a great person to tell you about this thing. He can give you an idea about lot number of projects. So try to check it out with him once, right? But yeah, the most common ones are those three: portfolio, e-commerce website, and the cloning of any particular website. That's what is nowadays trending, because cloning, when you do, then it actually gives you a whole lot of idea about all the components and everything. So that's what. Table sticky header, and here what we are going to do is we are going to have a scroll bar width none, because I want to hide the scroll bar. That's why I'm giving that. And also we are going to, I hope you guys remember this particular thing, which is an ampersand. If you do not remember, then try to understand this. So this is basically the scroll bar, same thing, but here I'm just giving display none. First, let's check out whether it is working or not. So scroll bar is not gone. So here what we can do is we can add this code. Yes, Mayank, I will teach React.js, but not now because already one session is going on by Soham. So I will be taking React.js later on now because already one session is there and many people are following that. So I don't want to create a mess here because half of the people will be following mine and then half of the people will be following him. So I don't want confusion. So that's why we'll take React.js, but later on, maybe after Java, we'll start with React.js only. So yeah, but we will be taking React.js. So if you want to take a hold and if you want to take a break, if you want to learn only it from me, then just wait. Try to learn Java till then, and then when I will come back with React.js, you can follow that sessions as well. Okay. So I'm just making my scroll bar removed from there, and let's see whether it is happening or not. So you can see here that the scroll bar is now removed and I have got the same exact output which is coming up here. Okay. So what I've done here basically is I've used MS Overflow. MS is basically for your browsers. WebKit is basically for a Chrome. So I've used that to display none. So that is removed. This is the basic part, but if it will not work, you can use WebKit any which ways. And that's how this program is done. This project is done. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you one of the project which I want you guys to do. It's a bit kind of a big project, but it is really a good project. So let me just show you what is it and just check it out and see how it can be created. Okay. So let me just open it up. Remember always that you can use this particular getbootstrap.com to understand anything. If you're looking into your one of the code and you're not understanding what is that, go ahead and search it here itself directly. If I search here py, you can directly get those all commands, right? So please go ahead and check out all these things. Only tutorials are not will not help you. Nobody creates a tutorial on Bootstrap. Trust me, any tutorial will not help you because Bootstrap is a very big framework and it's having a lot of things which you can only learn from this portion. So try to get an idea from getbootstrap.com only. Okay, now here you can see that this is one of the project. I don't know if you can see the whole thing. Let me just check out if you can see the whole thing. Okay, Mayank, that's fine. That's why I'm been telling that I'll be coming up with React because most of you were telling me that please come up with React. So I'll be coming up with that. It's just that it will take some time because I can't directly right now start with it. Java is already in the queue, so we will first complete that, and I will be coming up with React. So just wait. Uh, you can I hope you can see the page, right? Yeah, so you can see here this is one of the big one, but I hope you guys can understand what is happening here. So this is basically a management system, and you can see here that there's a 24 total project which is given, 18 completed projects, 6 are the pending projects. You can search whatever you want. You have the search bar option here. You have these all projects link here and who has done it, who all are the team members, and whether it is what is the status, whether it is completed or pending, at what date the project got started, what is the progress of those, and you can take actions or not. So this is one of the code. You can see down you have that pagination also, right? So all of these whatever I'm showing you here, you know about it, you already have done about it. See, these are the cards, or maybe you can, yeah, these are the cards. You cannot say it as tooltip or something. These are not that, these are not model. So these are the cards, right? And then these are the table. You can create this table, and then this is the pagination. So everything you know is just that you need to start working on this. Try to create this, try to at least create only this first part. Do not create the table, just create the first part. At least you'll get an idea how to do that. Suppose if you're not, if you're feeling difficulty, if you're feeling difficulty that how I'm going to create that particular thing, let me just show you the code for it once in the session itself so that you get an idea. Okay, this is how we need to do it. Fine. So let me just open this particular file here. So you can see here, this is the code for that. Very long code is long because you have a lot of same things there. See, same things are there. It's just the data which is changed, right? So code will be long, but don't worry about that. It's the same thing which is getting repeated. Even if I remove these all things, your code will become small. So it's not that. It's not very long. So have a look at the code what I've done just for the starting part, just for this part, this 4 things, right? Just have a try to look. So you can see 24 total projects, 18 completed projects, 6 pending projects, and search button, right? So let's try to see the code for that. So you can see here we have a one container in which I have created the row, in which I have the column, right? And you can see that this thing is one part, right? And you can see what is that? 24 total projects. What is it? It's a card. The body is containing all those things. This Fafa archive and text primary, this is the font awesome icon which I'm using here, right? This is this icon which I'm using here, correct? How can I bring it this side? You can see here I have written here float end. Do you remember float end? In the starting of this session I told you float end, so it's on the right hand side, float end. This is what is the first part. This is what is the first card. Second card, just copy and paste it, change the names. Third card, copy and paste it, change the names. And the last one is the search bar. So you can see search bar, and there's also one more button danger, which is for your search bar icon. You can see the icon also, I believe. Here, can you see this? Project search add-on and fast search icon. So this is where the search icon is given, right? So just create this particular part and I think you will be able to understand Bootstrap very easily. Okay. We have the other part as well, but try to do it on your own. If you can do it. I'm just going to show you the first part so that at least you can see the video and do it on your own by looking at the code also. So I'm just going to show you this much. That's it. Right? So try to do this and take a challenge that you can create this particular page, and all the best for that. So that is one of the assignment. And now let's finish up this particular session. So please do join the Telegram channel. The link is given in the description. By joining this channel, you'll be able to get an update and notifications about all the upcoming live sessions. Also, please do join the, do subscribe the YouTube channel, which is CodeBeyond. More and more number of people should get to know about this because this is all free content, and please do like and share so that more and more number of people will get to know about it. Share it with your friends, share it within LinkedIn, write my name there, add me, you can do anything you want so that people will get to know that this is going on, because nobody knows about these sessions, and these sessions will really help you a lot, right? So please do tell other people that what is happening in this CodeBeyond channel, okay? Now we have one more project session which is left, which is at 8 p.m. today. Let's see what projects I'll come up with in that session, and I'll meet you again at 8 p.m. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. I'll meet you really soon. Bye bye. Take care. I hope this session really helped you out a lot.